Destiny actually got, so he got banned on Kick, and he also got his ad revenue paused on X. Now, I don't really see, like, if you're pausing a person's ad revenue, I don't really think that's, like, as big of a deal. It's kind of obvious that that's not as big of a deal. Now, Kick banning Destiny, is this against the rules on Kick? I really don't, I don't even know.
Fuck it, fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
So apparently Kick has rules, and it's 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it ended, I saw his post, it was like the 31st that it's over. So it's not like he's permabanned, it's just that he's suspended on Kick. Let me see, did somebody actually make a post about him being suspended on Kick? Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take a look at this. So, Destiny got banned off of Kick, and, wait, Kick bans people? Yes, exactly. Likely triggered by mass reporting. No, that's not what happened. He didn't get banned for mass reporting. If that would have happened, then you'd see everybody getting banned all the time. People say good riddance, but I'll call them hypocrites. How do they ban Destiny for his opinions when there are legitimate people straight up committing felonies on the platform and getting unbanned? So, here's the truth. Do you remember that psychotic, disgusting, bitch that like convinced that crazy fat lady to jump into the lake? Do you remember that? As far as I know, she's not banned. So if you had to ask me, which one is worse? Wait, did she get banned or not? I want to make sure she is not banned. So she is currently not banned. Is that correct? Because I don't want to go starting fucking shit whenever it's not the case. She's back. Yeah, that wasn't political though. But that's not, well, how does that, like, I'm really confused about what you mean by that. So yeah, and Destiny's ban's only like 4 or 5 days. Yeah. Anyway, so this is really what my point is. I think that there's a lot of things that have happened on Kick that I think should be banned, and I think that banning Destiny for this does draw attention to a lot of the other content on the platform that is, by any sort of definition, worse than saying that you don't care that somebody got killed. Like, I feel like getting somebody killed or doing something that could get somebody killed is worse than saying that you don't care that somebody got killed. Right? That's just me. So I can see videos of people joyriding and driving, 150 miles down the highway on Kick. This could actually kill somebody. So how is it that Destiny did something wrong? Now, obviously, Kick is completely justified to ban anybody for any reason they want. However, I disagree with this. I don't think that he should be banned. Now, you can maybe take away partnerships, you can maybe take away other things, but actually taking him off the platform when you have people that are committing felonies regularly on the platform, that's insane. And I get, like, listen, people are like, well, that's just what you get. This is consequences. It is, but you can't expect people to respect consequences whenever they're asymmetrical. So, yes, I do not agree with this. I do not think this is a good idea. I hope that he gets unbanned. Obviously, I don't necessarily agree with what he's saying, but I think that he has the right to say it, and I think that's the reason why people like Kick. It's because people can say bad shit, and they don't have to worry about it. So, yeah. Wait, taking away partnership is much worse than 4 to 5 day ban? Personally, I think that it's not, but that also depends on how you look at it. But either way, I can't see a world where committing felonies on stream, that, by the way, oh, it's a felony. Why do we care about it being a felony? Oh my God, something's a felony. It's just all, it's all just made up bullshit, right? Laws are just fake. But you're endangering lives of other people, right? You're putting people's lives in danger on stream for content. That's what's happening. And hey, by the way, I watched bum fights growing up. I'm not trying to virtue signal about this. I used to love watching that content. It was so fun. So, of course, like, I used to be 14. Absolutely. However, the point is that that's obviously worse than saying what Destiny did. Like, what do you mean? It's not even a question. It's not even in the same universe, right? Like, that's it. Well, he was calling for more people to try. Here's how I know that's not true. Because if it was true, he probably would be arrested. Secret Service would have come to his house already. Like, do you really think he could have called on more people to try to shoot the president-elect? No, that would have not have happened. Like, it would be GG for him. Like, he'd be totally done. Like, so you can just immediately just use some logic and know that's not fucking true. So anyway, yeah, that definitely overreaction. Yeah, I think so. Is it a permaban? It is not a permaban. Mockery and hate speech are not the same thing. Mockery and hate speech. Well, what if you mock people by using hate speech? See, again, you're trying to draw these distinctions in order to muddy the waters, in order to make your point of view seem more reasonable. It's really not. People mock minorities all the time. That functions as hate speech. This is just, it's completely circular argument. I'm not going to waste any more time with that. But anyway, so this has happened. Should stop monetization for all rage baiting accounts on Twitter. I don't think they should do this because if people are being monetized, like so if you stop monetization for rage baiting, then I mean, look, I'm gonna say it. Then you should stop Fox News and CNN's monetization. Like, what are you talking about? They're the biggest rage baiters there are. What are you talking? Like, I mean, oh, libs of TikTok. This is bad. For sure. What about CNN? What about Fox News? They're typing the same fucking articles and it's a multi-billion-dollar company. So yeah, I don't want to see anybody get demonetized for bullshit, okay? I think that there should be points for demonetization. I think calls for violence should be a deplatforming situation. I think so. Now, maybe I'd be open to an argument against that, but at my position right now, that's where I stand. That's what I think. So yeah. And they like antagonizing? Yeah, sure, right? No, they should be punished? Yeah, but like, I don't agree with punishing people because when you do that, you open the door for you to get punished because somebody else thinks that they have a moral authority on it. I'm not a big fan of moral authority type stuff. I think it's very dangerous. And I don't support it in almost every circumstance. Now, again, there are circumstances that I do, of course, as it is with everything. But I think that if you, it's basically like if you make a system to oppress people, the only thing that you have to do in order to be oppressed by that same system is to wait. And you're seeing this now with Twitter. And I wanted to I'll talk about this later on more, right? But like Twitter has been going crazy with like doxing these people and then like getting them fired from their job and ruining their life. And why has that happened? It's happened because this is exactly what people had happen to them during COVID. It's what people had happen to them during 2016 or 2020 with the election or January 6th or any of this stuff, right? And so again, these people start it and then don't be surprised when other people finish it. That's what happens. So no, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't support it. Absolutely not. Now, this is a principle, right? Now, in terms of like practice, it's different. Because if you want to win, this is what you should do. But if you want to be principled, it's not. Does that make sense? I understand there's a bit of double speak here, but hopefully people can see what the difference is. So yes, I'll go ahead and I'll read some more comments about this and move on. What would be an alternative solution to it? Well, what do you mean? Just let people say what they want. Yeah, let people say what they want, and the court of public opinion decides who's right. Free speech. That's my viewpoint. Yeah, free speech. Easy. What are we even talking about? Yeah, I'm confused. Like, yeah, what do you mean? A single news outlet called the guy who died protecting his family a retard, even though Destiny is scum. You can't ban free speech. Oh, I don't think that they did that either, but I think the news media, in effect and in damage, does misrepresent things in a large way, and I think that in doing so, they do more harm than Destiny saying what he did. So yes, I understand what you're saying, but I think that my point still stands. So yeah, I'll go ahead and read some more of these. And couldn't have happened to a nicer fellow. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are happy about this. He voiced his opinion, even though it was a distasteful one, doesn't mean you should get banned for it. But if the sub thinks it's fine, then don't ever complain about cancel culture ever again. Nobody ever cared about cancel culture. People cared about not having control of it. Of course, anybody who thought otherwise was naive. What did he say to get banned? He said a firefighter deserved to die. What's this here? Being fine with it. The happiest dipshits. Conservatives are pro-cancellation after all. Learn from the best. Yeah. And so, Destiny is one of the few liberals who isn't against cancel culture. He literally had Nick Fuentes on his stream for years. Also, Destiny criticizes his own side very often. What are we on about here? Yeah, he does. That's true. The roles are reversing and the right's gaining control of mainstream media that the left has had control of for years. Yeah, no, and this is basically what's happened, right? And Destiny's being deflatformed over his opinions, coming in late. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. He has free speech in the US and Canada. These companies just don't want him around. They think he's unpleasant. W capitalism. I disagree. I think that it's bad. I'm talking, this is like, so this is my perspective as like, this isn't the perspective of the Constitution. This is not the perspective of, you know, what the law is. This is what my ideological perspective is, okay? I like the idea that anybody can go on the internet and say whatever the fuck they want as long as they're not advocating for violence or trying to start like a terrorist attack or something like that, right? Extremes. I like the fact that the internet is an open forum that people can have open conversations about. And I think that whenever you start drawing lines about what is acceptable and not acceptable conversations, you can have that argument, but unless that ends with this is how it creates direct, tangible harm to a person. And I think that also the more abstract that you make that argument, like, oh, well, people might hear this and dehumanize other people and then they'll do something bad, right? The more abstract that argument becomes, the less valid I think it becomes. Overall, what I think is that I think everybody should be able to have whatever opinion they want, and they should be able to express that however they want, as long as it's not advocating for violence or any sort of other, like, violent action. So that's the way I see it from a principle perspective. That's a principle that I agree with. So direct tangible harm or subjective? No. They are subjective, but there's a spectrum that more people agree that it's yes than no. And I think those are the ones that I would want to talk about more. Like, obviously, everything is subjective. Wow, big surprise. But I think that you can make very obvious distinctions between degrees of subjectivity. So, yeah. Net neutrality is a agreed upon thing. Net neutrality is not about banning people from social media. So anyway, that's my principle, is that I think people should be able to say and do what they want. I think also if you demonetize people based off of bad things that they're saying, I think that that's exactly how you get to the position that we were at in 2020 when people were getting deplatformed and demonetized for questioning anything, for not going along with the narrative. They get demonetized. I don't want to see that happen. I think that it's bad. So that's generally the way that I see it. Calling people Nazis is okay. I think that it is. I mean, if it's not okay, then it could be defamation, right? But that's taken up at the courts. That's not necessarily something like, I don't want to have a social. So this is. So actually, maybe people might not be understanding my perspective on this. Some people might not be, because they don't understand like what the underlying perspective is. I don't want to outsource my freedoms of speech. And this is, again, not First Amendment. This is the principle. I don't want to outsource this principle to a billionaire. I don't want Elon Musk, Eddie, Susan, oh no, I guess she's not on YouTube anymore, Dan Clancy. I don't want any of these people making decisions for what I can and can't talk about and what I can and can't see. Advertisers back out. Well, I would rather, this is maybe another unpopular opinion. I would rather not have a website than, if you need a website to run with ads, then it's better that it doesn't exist. If you have to censor and shut down people with one direct opinion. And also, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think advertisers will come back and it'll be no problem. The reason why advertisers aren't doing it is because advertisers are worried about losing money and looking bad. So at the point where they don't think that they'll look bad, they'll be supporting it. So they actually have, keep in mind, advertisers are companies. And companies fundamentally are parasites that exist to effectively feed off of a population. Now, obviously, it's not necessarily a parasite because they're giving some things back. However, their goal is not to promote an ideology, it's to make money. That's what they do. So when you see a company that's like, oh, well, we don't support this, what they're really saying is we don't make money if we support this. And you're seeing this now, like Microsoft just got rid of their entire DEI team. Why is that? Did they just suddenly decide they didn't like black people anymore? No, they probably never did. The people that didn't like them just stopped talking about it for 4 years. They hired some, and now they got rid of the team because it's not popular to do anymore. That's it. They never gave a shit. It's for the money, yes. And I that's a harsh way to say it, but that's a fucking fact. Yeah, my country, Malta Destiny charged 40,000 euros. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I don't live in Malta. I don't want to have people charge money for saying bad things on Twitter. That sounds ridiculous to me. But yeah, that's the way I see it. It's conflating the right to say the right what you want to say rather than the right to be heard. Yeah, well, I think that really being able to like I view social media platforms as a public square. This is again principle, not law. My viewpoint, my opinion. I view them as a public square, and I want people to be able to say what they want to say, even if it's the crazy guy who's talking about the Earth is flat. I want to hear what he has to say, and I think he has the right to say it. So yeah, I don't support him getting banned on Kick. I don't. And I think that Kick doing that is a mistake because it provides a frame of reference for things that, because they're not accepting of what Destiny did, but they are accepting of other things, it makes them look bad, and I think it will draw more attention to the bad actors on their platform. I think they made a mistake by doing this. So yeah, that's all it comes down to. Go ahead and look at the next one.